Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have already shown you how to design this add new donor form and how to backend code for this. If you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I have put the link for my previous video, or you can just simply click on the suggestion on the right side of your screen. Okay, so in this video, I am going to show you how to design this form, that is update details. Here you can see this. When I write an ID of an particular donor, then this will fill the data, and in the same way, how can be this reset, and how to design and how to backend code for this I'm going to show you. So let's start with that. So as you all know that we are working with blood bank video. So here you can see this is a blood bank project, and in this first thing what we have to do is we have to add one new form. So right click on this and click on add and select the Windows form. Okay, here you can see this. Now the form is added. Now we have to name it, that is nothing but update donor detail. So I'm going to write this update donor details and hit enter, and this will add a new form. After this, what we have to do is we have to set the size of this form. So let me set the size. Let me copy the size from this form. So right click on this and go to properties, and in this let me find the size of this form. So here we find the size 720 and 533. So let me just paste it over here. So here you can find this size and just paste it and hit enter. So now the size is same as that form. After this, what we have to do is we have to remove this form border. So how to do that? For that, just go to properties of this form and you have to search form border style. Here you can see this. Here it's sizable, but let me just remove this with a none because we don't need any form border. After this, we have to add the background image. So just right click and go to properties, and after that search for background image over here. Here you can see this, we have this background image. Click on this. After that click on local resources and click on import. This will open your local directory of your computer and move back where you have stored all the images. As I have already told you that I have provided the all images and icons link in the description, which I am going to use throughout this project. So just download it, and after that you can just start doing this. So here you can see this all page background image. So I'm going to use this and click on open and click on OK. After this you have to change one small stuff, that is background image layout from tile to stretch. Okay, so that it look nice. After this what we have to do is just see what first thing is nothing but one label, and after that another label. This is a text box, this is another button. So I'm going to add these stuff for now. So right click and go to the properties of this, and before that you have to just go to toolbox, and after this you have to add first thing is nothing but label. Just drag and drop it over here and change the name of this label. So text name, so write update donor details and hit enter. After this, here you can see this, it have some background color. So I want to remove that. Back color for change. Here you can see this. Go to properties of that label. Right click on this and go to properties, and here you will find the back color. And in this, you have to click on this arrow, and after that you have to just click on web, and here you will find transparent. Click on that. Here you can see this. Now it's looking nice. After this, let me just copy the font and the font size. Okay. So, oh, not this one. Here you can see this. The font is nothing but, okay, it's taking a little bit of time. Here you can see this, the font is Fusion 1. So let me just copy this, and size is 20. So move back to our project, just go to properties of this label, and after that search for font and click on this and paste it, or you can manually write it, and after that size is nothing but 20. So select 20 and hit OK. So you can see this, now it's looking nice. After this what we have is we have one line. So we have to search for line in the toolbox, line shape, just drag and drop it over here, and after this you have to just draw it till the end. Make sure you draw a straight line, Here you see this. If you want to move this little bit upside, so just click on this and use your mouse upside arrow. Okay, like this. After this, what we have is, let me just change the color of this one to silver or gray so that it look nice. Background color, custom, like gray. Okay, so it's quite light, a bit dark. Okay, so now it's looking nice. In the same way, now we have to add one more label over here, this one, and text box and one button. So I'm going to add that label, search for label, just drag and drop it over here, change the name of this one to donor ID. After that, we have to add one text box, drag and drop it over here, and after that I need one button, so I'm going to add that from the toolbox, just drag and drop it. Here you can see this, I have added all this stuff. So first thing, I'm going to remove the back color from this label. So back color, web and transparent, and after that I'm going to increase the font of this one from 8 to 10 and bold at the same time. Here you can see this, now it's looking nice. And after that, increase the font size of this text box too. So just click on this and you have to select 10. Okay, so now it's looking nice. And after that, we have to set image to this button. So how to do that? For that, just right click and go to properties. Before setting image, we have to change the text of this to search from button 1 and hit enter. After this, what we have to do is we have to change one more stuff, that is flat style from standard to pop up. After this, we have to search for image. Here we will find this image. Just click on this. Local resources, click on import, and this will open your local directory. And after this, what you have to do is click this search one. Open this and hit OK. Here you can see this image is in the center. So how to do that? For that, here you can find this image align. Just change this one. If you show this, this is on your display, so not to worry about that. Just click OK and try again. And after this, you have to select this box, that is left center. So click on this. Here you can see this image is on now on the left center. In the same way, you have to change the text alignment. So search for text align, and it's set middle center, so set this one middle right. And after this, let me just make this button a little bit large in size and small from this side, and increase the font of the text written inside it. So just go and change the font. So make this one a little bit bold. Okay, so now it's looking nice. Okay, so let me move these stuff a little bit downside. And I'm going to copy this line once again and paste it over here. And we have to place it on the right place. Okay, so now it's looking nice. Here you can see this. Now task till here is done. After that, we have to add these stuff. So how many labels? This say 3 and 3 6, and 3 text boxes, 1 date time picker, and this one is text box, and this one is nothing but drop down. So I'm going to add these stuff. Okay, so first thing, few labels. So just drag and drop it over here. We need 6, so copy and paste. We need 6, so one by one we are going to place. You can manually drag and drop, or you can just copy and paste it to replicate. 5 and one more is nothing but 6. After this, we need text boxes. So just drag and drop these text boxes. Just copy text box and paste it once again. We need 3 text box, and after that we need 1 date time picker. So just drag and drop date time picker. And after this date time picker, we need again 1 text box. Just drag and drop it. After this date time picker and text box, we need 1 combo box. So search for combo box. Here you can see this. Just drag and drop it over here. And now we are done from this side, and in the right side we have three labels, two text boxes, one combo box and one rich text box. So I'm going to add these stuff. So label, just drag and drop it. We need 4, so I'm going to add 4. I'm going to add one more, last one. Okay, so after this we need text box, so I'm going to drag and drop text box, copy and paste here. Here we need actually combo box for the blood group. Just drag and drop it over here. Okay, here it's hidden upside. And after this, finally we need one rich text box. So just drag and drop it over here. Just place this on this side. And after this, what we have is we have one again line and 3 buttons. So I'm going to add those stuff. After that, we are going to change the labels and other stuff. So here I'm going to add one line. Just copy and paste it and place on the right position. And after that, I have to add buttons. Drag and drop it. Okay, so it's hidden upside. Just place it on the right position. Just copy and paste to replicate. Paste it once again. Okay, so now here we go. So first thing what we have to do is we have to change the label name. So just right click, go to properties, and we have to change the text. You can see this. The first thing is nothing but name. The second one is father name. Again we have mother name. This one is date of birth. Guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon. This will help us grow and this will keep you updated with our new content. After this, we have to write mobile number. This one is gender. Hit enter. This one is email. Hit enter. This one is blood group. Hit enter. And this one is nothing but city. This one is address. Okay, so now all the task till here is done, and we have to change the name of these text buttons as well. So this one is nothing but save, or let me just change this one to update, and this one to reset, and this one to exit or close. Hit enter. Okay, so now writing part is done. So now we have to change the design of these labels and other stuff. So let me move these labels a little bit left side so that when we enlarge these icons or labels, these look nice. So select one by one all the labels by pressing the serial key. Make sure you select only labels so that we can change properties of labels at a single click. Here you can see this. First thing, I'm going to remove the background color, that is controller, that is a little bit off white. So I'm going to change that back color and go to web and select transparent. So here you can see this. Now it's looking nice. Now after that, let me move back to project and see which font I have set inside this. So we have set the default bold and it's of 10. So I'm going to do that. All are selected. I'm going to change the size, font size. Just click on this, bold, and size is 10. So hit OK. So here you can see this, all these labels font has been increased on a single click. So this is nothing but a smart work. Okay, so in the same way we have to change this text boxes at the same time. So select all these, and change the text to 10. This will do nothing for now, but when we execute our program, so when we execute our program, something written inside these text will be of size 10. So that's why I have set the font of these text box to 10. Okay. So now I'm going to make this size large, this size. So select these alls at a single time and make these of this size. Okay, so this one is quite large, so let me make this small. Okay, just select one single, and after that make this one small and this one too. So from datetime picker we only need the date. So for that, just change the format of this datetime picker. So just go to properties, right click and go to properties. In properties you will find the format. Here you can see this. Just from long, it's set long by default. Just change this one to short. And here you can see this. Now it's looking nice. In the same way, we have to increase the size of these text boxes as well. Okay. Like this one and this one too. This. Let me move these stuff little bit right side and these stuff little bit left. Okay. Here you can see this. Now the task is done till here. So now we have to add something into these combo boxes, because for now if we click on this and start this, nothing will be in this combo box. So just click on this and edit items, and we have to add male, female and other, and hit OK, and the items has been added. So now we have to change few properties of these combo boxes. So first what we have to change is we want a drop down list, because if we don't change the style of this drop down or combo box to list, then whenever this form open, user can manually write inside that. Okay, so we have to change this style, flat style, no, not this one. Here you can see this drop down style, change this one to drop down list. In the same way you can do for this blood group, change this drop down style to drop down list, and after that we have to add blood groups into this combo box. So let me just move back to our project. Just click on this, click on edit items, just copy all blood groups, or you can manually write it over here. So just go to properties, or not properties, just click on this small triangle and edit items, and you have to paste it. You can pause the video or manually write it over here, or you can just search on Google and you can copy from there. Okay, just okay. And now the task has been done. So now we have to do these buttons. We have to change the labels, images, icons of these buttons, and we have to make this look nice. Okay, so I'm going to change the labels of this first one. So update, so I'm going to add image, background image. Just click on this, local resources, click on import, and after that I'm going to use that save this one, and hit OK. So the image set is style, so let me just change this one to center. Okay, and after this what we have to do is we have to change few stuff properties of this button. So first thing, change the flat style to pop up, and after that we have to change this image alignment. Oh sorry, I have set the wrong stuff over here, so let me just remove this. Okay, so clear and hit OK. And we have to actually set image inside this. So image and local resources, click on import, and after that select that image and click OK. And after that we have to change this image align from middle center to middle left, and after that we have to change the text alignment from middle center to middle right, and after that we have to change the font from normal to bold. So this one, font style from bold. Okay, so now make these button a little bit large so that it look nice. Okay, so here you can see this, now it's look nice. In the same way we have to do for the reset button. So first change the font style to bold, and after that we have to change the text alignment from middle center to middle right, and we have to set the image. Click on this, click on this one, local resources, click on import, and you have to just select that reset update details. This one I'm going to use this, it looks similar like reset, and change this middle center to left center. Okay, sorry, middle left. And after that adjust this button like this, and change the flat style of this button, so flat style from standard to pop up. And finally we have this close button. So first I'm going to change the flat style to pop up. Font color is okay, so it's black, not an issue. And after that we have to set the image. Click on this, local resources, import, and closes, where we have this close exit application. I'm going to use this, and okay, change this one middle center to middle left, and after that change this text alignment from middle center to right side. Make this text bold and hit OK. Okay, so now it's looking nice. Okay, so now designing part is done over here. So first I'm going to code for this exit button so that when I start this, we can actually close this. Okay, so just change this button name. So just go to properties and change this button name to btn close and hit enter. After this, double click on this and this will generate a click event for this button. So in this, I want to close this form. So this dot close, we have to use this method. And here you can see this, we have to change one more properties of this form. So right click on this and go to form properties, and we have to change the start position of this form from change this Windows default location to center screen. And after that we have to add this to that button on the dashboard. So I'm going to, okay, sorry, so it's actually so now let me just move back to the dashboard. You can see this, we have to connect that with this button. So just double click on this button, this will generate a click event, and here you have to create the object of that update donor detail. Update donor detail, here you can find this in the suggestion, and UDD equals new update donor detail, and after this you have to call this udd.show on this object. Okay, so now we are ready to go with this start. Okay, so I'm going to start this and see if it works or not. So just click on this, and here you can see this. Now we have this update donor details. So we have this form over here. So now what I want is when I click on this, suppose I click on this right one and search. So it will search for the donor ID one and fill the details into these text boxes and drop down. Here you can see this, we have these options, and in this we have blood groups. So how to do that? Okay, so I'm going to show you. So let me just close these stuff, that is dashboard. Okay, so first thing what we have to do is we have to change the design name of these text boxes. So I'm going to do that. For first, right click and go to properties and change the name from text box to txt name. Change this one to txt father, this one to txt mother, this one to txt date time dob, this one to txt mobile, this one to txt gender, this one to txt email, this one to txt blood group, this one to txt city, and this one to txt address. And this text box to txt donor ID, and hit enter. And for this button, btn search, and finally for these buttons, so btn update, and this one to btn reset. Okay, so now we are ready to go. So first thing, we have to code nothing but on this update button. So what I need is, I want to generate a click event for this button. So just double click on this and this will generate a button search click event. So now first thing what I need is, I need either ID from that text box, that is nothing but this one, txt donor ID. So I need that ID. For that ID, I need to store that into some variable. So I create an int variable because that's of int type. So int ID equals, and from the text box, as you know that the data is stored in the form of string, so I have to convert that string into integer type. So I'm going to call this int dot parse ID. If you are using a long number of integer, like if you are using the 5-digit integer as an ID or 7-digit integer ID, so that will not work for the int type. You have to convert that into int 64. So like, okay, so I will show you that, don't worry about that. So parse, and in this you have to pass txt donor ID dot text. So if you are sorry, this one to string method we have to call on this. Okay, so after this, if you want to store a large number of IDs, so you have to use this int64, and you have to write int64 over here too, like this. So this will not cause any error. We can perfectly do with that, but I'm going to use int for now. Okay, so now we have the ID inside this. When a user click on this button, this ID will be going to store inside this variable. So we need data of that ID only. So as I have already told you that we have created a function over here to get data and set data. In previous video, if you have not seen my previous video, then just go and see my previous video. I have explained these, how to create the function and how to create this method. So I'm going to create an object of this function. So here I'm going to use that function, and fn equals new function, and I'm going to use I'm going to create a query over here first before we calling the method. So what I need is, I want the details of that ID only. So I'm going to write select star from, my table name is nothing but new donor, where it's the ID, that is the primary key, the ID in the database. Here you can see this is DID, the column name is DID, so I'm going to use that. So where DID equals, and this DID is being fetched from the text box, and that is being stored inside this ID. So I'm going to concatenate with that. I'm going to put DID over here. Okay, so ID is the variable, so ID here. Okay, so now the query is written over here. So when I'm going to execute this, where I'm going to execute it, we need actually the data from the database. So I have created the method that is get data. So that will return a data set. So first I'm going to create a data set object. So data set ds is equals function fn, the object, this object I'm going to use fn dot get data, and in this we have to pass it. Here you can see this, it's expecting a string query. So I'm going to pass this query, and this will return a data set. Okay, so now let me just check that if return a valid data or not. Int I equals 5, and I've written this over here to add a breakpoint. Here you can see this. Now I'm going to start this project. And here you can see this, when I click on this and when I write 6 and search, we move back to this breakpoint. And let me check this data set. Just go over here. Here you can see this. The 6 is Rohit, Sunil, Ankita, and let me check this inside the database. Here you can see this. Okay, so inside this database, 6 arrays, Rohit, Sunil, Ankita, you can find everything over here. Okay, so now it means that the data is being fetched properly. Okay, let me just stop this project and remove this breakpoint and remove this line too. So now we have this data inside this data set. Now what we have to do is we have to set that data into the text boxes. Okay, because we have to set that data. So before setting, what we have to do is we have to check that if data set have some data or not. Because suppose if user enters some wrong ID, donor ID, then the data set will be empty. So if that data set will be empty, and if you are trying to fetch data from that and try to set that into a text box, then it will generate an error. So to handle that error or to show a responsive application, you have to check the data set. So I'm going to check that if ts.tables, I'm going to use this table because data set is store the data in the form of tables as I have shown you right now. So then 0 table dot rows dot count is not equal to 0, then only execute this query. Which one? That is nothing but setting the text into this text boxes. In else condition, what we have to do is we have to write the stuff that is message box dot show invalid ID and this message box name error, and this message box need buttons that is OK, and we need message box icon needs to be error. Okay, so let me try for an wrong user ID. So in the database you can see we have 1 to 6 only. Okay, so I'm going to write 10 over there. Just click on this update and click like this. Just randomly write anything and just click on this invalid ID. Here you can see this error has occurred. Try to enter a valid. So when you enter valid, nothing will happen. Just click on this. Here you can see this, nothing happened because the data set is not empty. And when the data set is not empty, for that we have written inside the if, but we haven't write anything in that. What to do? Let me just close this and write inside this if block. So in if, what we have to do is we have to set the text into the text boxes. So first thing is nothing but text box name, and in this what we have to set is text. So equals ts dot tables, from the table 0 we need rows, and in this row we have to pass the row and column index. So 0th row, because for the single ID we have only one row. Okay, so this the rows will be always 0 and the column index will be always changing. So why I have written 1 over here, let me just explain you that. Because let me just show you the database. Here you can see this. Suppose user enter 1. So this is 0th row and this one is first column. Okay, so 0th column, and this one is 0th row and first column. Here you can see this. This one is 0th row and first column. We don't need this DID because user is going to write that. So I need DID. So from 1, 2, 3, column index will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this will always be 0. So that's why the first thing is 0, that is row ID, row number, and this one is column. So that's why. Let me just try this and let's check that if it's work or not. Here you can see this. Just search for 6 and click on search, and here you can see this name is set to Rohit. 5 John. So now it's working. And the same we have to do for the rest. So just close this and do this quick. So just copy this much of stuff, and after that we have to write txt father and just paste it, txt mother and paste it, txt top and paste it, txt mobile, paste, txt gender, paste, txt email, paste txt, we have blood group, and after that we have to paste this city, paste it. So how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we have to change stuff over here. So we have to change the column IDs I've previously explained you. So this one to 2, this one to 3, this one to 4, this one to 5, this one to 6, this one to 7, this one to 8, this one to 9, and this one to 10. Okay, so make sure you write in the proper order. If you change the orders, then you have to change this column 2, column ID 2. Okay, so let me just start this and let's see if that worked perfectly fine or not. So just click on this, update detail, enter 6 and search. Here you can see this date is also changed, male, blood group is also selected by default, and everything is working fine. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to, here you can see this, when I clear this, nothing happens. What I want is when I clear this, all the records from these text boxes needs to be cleared. So let me do that. So just go to this form, right click on this, go to properties and click on events here. Text change. In this text change, you double click on this to generate a click event. Text change event is generated, and after that you have to write if txt donor id dot text is equal to null, then what we have to do is we have to clear the text fields. So for that we have to clear txt name dot clear. We have to use this method txt father dot clear. After this txt mother dot clear, and after this we have datetime picker dob dot reset text. Clear only works on text boxes. In datetime picker and in combo boxes you have to use the reset text. So after dob we have mobile dot clear, and after this mobile we have txt gender dot reset text, and after this we have to change this txt email dot clear. After email we have txt blood group dot reset text because it's also a combo box, and finally we have city dot clear, and finally we have address dot clear. Okay, so now I'm going to start this and check that if it works or not. Just click on this and search for 6 and hit enter. Here you can see this. Now the data is filled, and when I clear this, everything is removed. Okay, so we want same on this reset button. So how to do that? For that, either you can copy this code, all code, and place it over there on the reset button, click, or you can do that. Just clear this text box. Okay, so just double click on this and this will generate a click event, and I want to clear this text box, and when you clear that all the data will automatically removed. So let me just do that. txt donor id dot clear. We have to do this. So just start this and see how it works. Here you can see this. When I click on this, I'm going to write 6 and search, and when I click on this, this will, in this button click, we have said that clear this text box, and in this for text change event of this text box, I have said that when this text box is null, we have to clear all these text boxes. So I'm going to click that, and this will do the remaining work. Okay, so let me close this, and we are rest with this update button query. Okay, so just move back to our project, and in this we have to just code for this update button. So just move back and just double click on this, and this will generate a click event for the update button. And in this you have to do is you have to do just one thing. What we have to write is string query. Okay, and in this you have to write the query, that is update query. Definitely we have to write that. Either you can do this in the two ways. Either you can directly concatenate the text box text into this string, or you can manually write all these into a single line. Okay, so I'm going to actually create a variable one by one, string. First thing is nothing but, okay, so now this will actually take this one is quite lengthy. For that I'm going to write directly inside this query. So query will be update new donor, set dname. Dname is, let me show you, dname is this column name. We have to set that column, and in this we have to take the text from where we have to take that. We have to take that text from txt name, and we can't only mention this one, we have to mention dot text because we need the text from this text box. And after this we need to add in the same way. We have to write f name because after this we have f name. Here you can see this f name, and after that m name. So I'm going to write that f name equals single quotes and double quotes. Let me just keep a little bit of space, and then again single. So let me move this one to full screen, and let me just make this font enlarged so that you can easily see this. Okay, so now here you can see this. Now here you have to write this f name is in a string, so that's why single quotes is also there. Father name is txt father dot text, and after this we have, after f name we have m name equals single quotes, double quotes, double plus, double quotes, and single quotes. Txt mother dot text. Okay, and after this what you have to write is, so here what you have to do is, let me just exit this and let me start this once again, full screen. Okay, so now it's looking nice. And after this, over here after f m mother name we have dop. So dop equals single, double, double, single, and within this double plus we have to write txt dop. Okay, sorry, dop dot text. We just move a little bit right side, and after this dop we have mobile. So mobile, and in mobile is a actually in the begin form, the database I've already shown you. So double quotes only, not add that single quotes. And with this txt mobile dot text we have to write this. Okay, and after this what we have to do is, after txt mobile we have gender equals, gender is in the string formats with that's why, and in this we have to write txt gender dot text. Just move a little bit right side, and after gender we have email. So let me make this small so that we can write much stuff on a single time. Okay, so after gender we have txt, okay, sorry, after gender we have let me check the database. After gender we have email, blood group, city, and address. So I have to write these stuff for now. Just view and make this full screen. After gender we have email equals single, double, double plus, double, single, and this txt email dot text. After email we have blood group equals single, double, double plus, double, single, and then this txt blood group dot text. And after blood group we have city and address. So I'm going to write that city, sorry I missed the comma, city equals single, double, double plus, double, and single quotes, and within this txt city dot text. Okay, and finally we have address. it's DADDRELS. So make sure these city, these address name, this is the column name from the database. You make sure you write the same as in the database. So D address equals single, double, double, and single, and within this double plus, and you have to write txt address dot text, and our task does not end here. If you execute this query, then this will update each record in our database. Okay, so we have to use where condition, that where DID, that is the ID of that donor, and we have to check that if match or not. So D plus, it's an integer type, so txt donor ID, that is entered by user dot text. So let me remove this space. Here you can see this. Okay, so now here you can see this, our query is ready. So we have to write only this much of query, and after that let me just move to the next line. And after this, what we have to do is we have to actually, our function object is already created. Here you can see this function f and new function, so we don't need to create again the object. So I'm going to call the method, that is function dot set data, because it's going to set the data. I've already created this method inside here, set data. Here you can see this, and this query with this method we can form these stuff. So insertion, deletion, and updation can form with this set data. We have to pass the query. It's expecting one string type value, so I have to pass the data inside this. So I'm going to pass this query, and after the updation, what I want is I want to load this form. Update donor details, and how to load this form. Just okay, sorry, details underscore load. Okay, sorry, we haven't created the load event of this form, so I'm going to create that. Just double click on this, and what I want is when this form load, I want to clear all the fields. So for that, I'm just going to clear the text field, as I've already shown you. Txt donor ID dot clear. I'm going to use that, and I want to reload form here. When this form reloads, this will clear the text box, and when the text box, donor ID text box, means that this text box will be cleared. When this text box will clear, all the text box will be cleared. Okay, so I'm going to write this under update donor details underscore load, and in this you have to pass two string. That is, first one is this, and there is two parameters actually. Okay, so now here you can see this. Now let me just execute this query and see if it works or not. Just start this, update details, and number 6, and search. Here you can see this, the blood group is A positive, and I'm going to just change this one to O negative. Here you can see this. I'm going to click on this update. Data process successful. When I click on OK, everything is clear. So just search 6 again and search. Here you can see this. Now we have 6 by default, 0, O negative. Let me just close this and show you all once again. So 6 and search. Here you can see this, now O negative. So I'm going to change this name from Rohit to Rohit Anand, and update this data. And here you can see this, now the form reloads, and now again I search. Here you can see this, now we have Rohit Anand. So let me just show you this stuff in the database. So is that name is updated or not? Here you can see this. Now I'm going to execute this query once again. Here you can see this. Previously we have Rohit. Now I'm going to execute this once again. Here you can see this. Now it's Rohit Anand. Okay. So our task till here is done for this update donor. In the next video, I'm going to show you. Let me just show you. This is a complete project. And in next video, I'm going to show you how to code for this all donor details. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys, and please subscribe and hit the bell icon before you do some other activity. So thanks for watching.